Perfect microphone height. So last time I was on stage, I think I painted my mom in an unflattering light, and she was mad about it. And so in the spirit of Christmas, and since I know I'm being videotaped, I just want to say to both my mom and my dad, Carl and Kathy Manofsky, I love you more than anything I ever could love, and you're the only folks I've got, and I wouldn't have it any other way. So Merry Christmas, and what the hell, Merry Christmas to everyone here too. Yeah, you're welcome. So this is a story about friendship, dead and new. Particularly it's a story about my first best friend. His name is Aaron. He and I knew each other, God, for about as long as I remember. Very beginning of elementary school. I barely remember a time when he and I were not friends, and I couldn't even really tell you why we were ever such great friends, other than he and I, our first fascination was animals. We were crazy about animals, like any kid would be. But man, we watched all the shows about animals. We watched National Geographic, whatever. Just that was our thing that we had. And we were inseparable for years and years and years. You know, the flame between Aaron and I burned bright, and for a long time. But he and I were very different. You know, he was popular and he was outgoing, and I was the opposite of those things. And look at me now, Aaron. I'm on a stage talking to all these and so by the end of middle school, we started really drifting apart. I really wanted to remain friends, but I didn't get the same thing out of him. You know, he, being popular and outgoing, he even started hanging out with guys and gals from neighboring middle schools, which is like, shit, that is so exotic when you're when you're a middle schooler, right? How do I compete with that? So we drifted apart. Regrettably, and it was like being broken up with by a best friend. At this point, I'd never even been, hadn't been old enough to even date a girl and know what it's like to be broken up with by a girl. But this, being broken up with by a best friend, had to be so much worse. I was devastated. My mom had to come to my crying side and console me over this and get me through it. So time passed, and I reached high school, and I met a new group of friends, and we had taste in music. You know, we shared taste in music, we shared sense of humor, but most importantly, we shared skateboarding, mankind's greatest innovation. It is the most exciting shit you could ever imagine, especially if you're in high school. It's like you go out and you explore the town with brand new friends for spots to skate. You might as well be Columbus, exploring the new world. And this all of a sudden I had this new flame that I was holding onto so tight. It was the most exciting thing I'd ever been a part of in my entire life. I had a brand new flame, and it was burning so bright. And one day, one of my new best friends and I are out right by the school, and I've got my skateboard. I think he had his BMX bike. You know, some of my friends were BMX bikers too. It's the same shit, just different machine. And a car full of we're freshmen. Car full of high school seniors passes us, and they yell some shit at us, like so many older kids would. They see you got a skateboard, and they're like, duh, attack, and they just, they spit some verbal shit out. And, they like to terrorize you like that if you've got a skateboard. So I learned, and I think I yelled back at them, something along the lines of, fuck off. And so many minutes later, they circle back around, and they come back to my friend and I, and they stop, and one of the kids gets out of the car, and he runs up to me, and he presents me with this proposition. He says, lick my shoe, or I'm going to beat your ass. I think he even put his foot, I don't know. He probably put his foot out like that and presented it. But so naturally, the first thing I thought was, I'd never been really presented with any kind of proposition like this before. And A million things went through my head. I mean, I'd never been in a fight before. Should I just come out of the gate swinging? Should I oblige him and lick his shoe? Should I, what if I do fight, which is something I've never done before? There's three other seniors, three other high school seniors, and we're, these tiny freshmen. And are they going to come out and beat myself and my friend up? Is that blood going to be on my hands? I don't know. And so all these things are going through my head. I'm thinking, what if I lick his shoe and they still beat me up? Should I just choose the one punishment over the other? What if I lick his shoe and I kind of like it? What if I'm forever indebted to this angel in disguise for introducing me to the taste sensation that is shoe? No, I wasn't thinking that, but I was in a hell of a spot. And so finally, kind of out of nowhere, a flame, rather just a semblance of a flame, a tiny little flicker comes from the front seat. And it's one of Aaron's older brother's best friends named RJ, and he says to his friend, I recognized RJ, he recognized me, and he yells out to his friends, he says, "Come on, man, let's get out of here," like in a movie or something, right? And he does. He gets back in the car, and they speed off. And so I guess if there's any moral to this story, it's that, old flames can die, but I guess in my case, the embers from a once distinguished flame kept this new one ablaze. Yeah.